Okay. Well, I have an entire crew of humans here that are going to be joining us, so I'm not going to make you wait any longer. I am going to do a real quick kick over to the dope lab that I've built that is pulling under 40 watts for this event, but we'll come back to that later. So let's bring everybody in. Let's bring in the wizard, Taylor Keith, the head of this thing, Jack Skinner, Rebecca, Spence Dog Hacklock, and Jason Slagle, I think is the maximum we can fit on this screen at this point.
Woo!
Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Busy.
Yeah. Have you recovered from getting back from overseas yet, Jason?
No. I woke up at 4:45 this morning and wanted to be awake.
I can imagine.
Jet lag is a thing.
It is. Somebody is feeding back.
I don't
Is it
think it's me because I'm in headphones. Hello.
All right. Is it only when I'm live?
Yes, it's you.
That's
It
no
is
problem.
you.
Okay. I'll fix that. Y'all talk.
Well, I guess I can start. One of the reasons for this live stream that we're doing today is we have a really awesome event coming up in November. This is our security boot camp in Chicago, and we're bringing back another rendition in November in Atlanta, Georgia, coming up. And just wanted to kind of talk about what to expect at the event, some of the awesome things this team is building, kind of key you in on what to expect while you're there. Do we want to do any intros? Is it me?
It might be you.
It might be Taylor.
I'm vindicated. All right. Mute Taylor. I'm muting Taylor. Hold on. So let me see if it's Taylor. Or is it Taylor? No.
No.
All right, next. All right.
Okay.
Becca. Is it just me? It might literally be me. All right, let's see. Oh, it's Spence Dog. All right, we'll bring everybody back but Spence Dog. Hold on.
Okay.
Taylor, you good? All right,
Yeah.
Spence Dog's in purgatory, so you can only make hand gestures now, Spence Dog. So just putting that out there, bro.
I didn't think it could be me because I'm in headphones and I don't know how.
Yeah. I was like, maybe it's me though. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for the shenanigans that we got in before this through that pain. But yeah, in short, we're doing boot camp in the end of November or close to the end of November. And I'm super excited about what we're doing this year. It's a whole different track, but we do have the same kind of playthrough. So we've got about half full right now, and we'd love to get more registrations, but we'll walk through what we're going to be doing. So let's go through some introductions. Jason, why don't you introduce yourself in character, I suppose, in this Mr. Dev team?
Okay. So yeah, I will be your resident bad guy. So where's my hoodie?
Mine's right behind my chair. So
I do. Have
I'll represent for you, bro. I'll represent. I got my hoodie on. So
yeah. So I'm gonna. Well, we can't. They're gonna know that was supposed to be a secret. You just
don't wear
a
this
secret.
hoodie. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Fair enough. It's okay. We'll get through it. Maybe if they're watching, they got a leg up on everybody else. Then that might be our giveaway here, I suppose.
Anyways. So we're gonna do fun things. I'm actually. Even compared to the last one of these I attended, I think that what you're putting together and some of the stuff that I think we're going to try to work through is going to make this super awesome. I am definitely maybe have some other ideas that I want to share with you about other cool things. I think
usually do.
And I don't know. To me, I learn best by doing, right? And I'm super excited about the ability to give the people the ability to do and take some things away from that.
Yeah. That is where this. That's where this. All right, I'm going back into purgatory. Somebody else is making me.
It's me.
Come through. Is it you this time?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So one of the things I wanted to bring up is like that was the purpose of this event. So for everybody that's not aware, that's just tuning in, we're doing a boot camp. But I've done many of those boot camps where somebody hands you a stack of paper to type, and then you go type it, and you ask for help when you have problems, and you go through and you learn in a lab, and I like that. But it means that every student's in a different space, and that may or may not always work for them, and it just doesn't create the same learning environment, in my opinion. So what we wanted to do was put together an event where we actually build an entire company, we simulate some things and build some things and do some actual real installations of tools and settings of tools, and then we kick that sandcastle over. not spoil too much of the surprise. But I guess I'm the ringmaster, so that's me. I'm Matt Lee. I'm the one that kind of owns this idea, along with Dom Kirby. Dom, if you want to introduce yourself and speak a little bit about the event and what people can expect.
I mean, you can expect shenanigans.
Bam.
Definitely on par for some shenanigans with this group.
And it's an actual, I call it a kinetic learning experience, right? You actually have to do stuff to succeed, which is a far better way for nerds to learn, right? At least this nerd.
Yeah, for sure. All right, who else wants to introduce themselves and speak about it? Jack, what's your role in this whole play?
So I'm Jack. My role is I play the MSP. We'll be going through an onboarding for T Engineering and going through all the shenanigans and uncovering all the shenanigans and maybe setting up one or two ? So I think I think this, like you said, Matt, the learning experience and the education, kind of hands-on keyboard, the walking through, the storyboarding, different people learn differently, whether it's on paper, whether it's in a classroom, whether it's with your hoodie on in the basement, I don't know. But
I am literally in the basement and I literally have my hoodie on. So I suppose that does qualify.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think that the story really helps people understand, helps cement it, helps frame that in your mind better, and show the real world applicability and the situations that we all deal with and kind of how to handle them and the whys, right? I think, going back to Simon Sinek, the start with why, just the why we do things, why we should care, and why this stuff matters. And Clippy matters. Yes,
you did make it home with Clippy, Jason. That came all the way from Amsterdam. You better have paid duty tax on that, man. That's, you can get in trouble for that.
You declare it's Clippy.
I have to declare Clippy. I has one Clippy with me. But it is that kind of fun. The other thing we added in, Rebecca and Taylor, if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, Taylor, you kicked us off already, but Rebecca, what's your role in this thing?
Yeah, I'm Rebecca, one of the channel programs managers. I'm tag teaming this event with Taylor, supporting all the fun shenanigans. When I started earlier this year at PAX 8, Security Bootcamp was the first event that I got to witness. So super
I'm sorry for that.
No, it was great. It was great. So I'm super excited to see this second iteration. Just a couple logistical call outs. It's November 18th and 19th, and you can register pax8.com/events if anyone wants to join us. So yeah, take it back to you, Matt.
Awesome. Yeah, so I typed that into the chat there as well, so I'll put that up on the screen. If I didn't mistype that, Rebecca, check me, pax8.com/events.
Great.
If you can join us there. This is an in-person event in Atlanta. We have built I know it's Jason Slagle with a nice clicky keyboard, or someone's got a clicky keyboard. Is that you, Jack?
It's Jason.
It's me.
It's Jason.
Yeah, it's the best keyboard with. I'll mute.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I don't care, I suppose. But it was literally Jack typing. Someone having a nice clicky keyboard that got my attention. But anyway, so we built up. In this case, we're doing it a little bit different. If you've been before, this will be new. Similar feeling, but we're going to be doing new attack paths. You will get to see your best friend in the whole world, an Active Directory server running with server 2012 R2 on it. So, I mean, that's super modern. So no problems or issues there that can come up. We will have a Wi-Fi lab that you can go after. There will be things you can do. And also one of the things we've added in the last couple of iterations of this have been a CTF. And a capture the flag with prizes. I'm assuming, even though I haven't asked you yet, we're going to be buying prizes for a CTF, correct, team? Okay, good. I got the nods from the people that matter.
Ask for the budget in public.
That's the way to do it, man. That's one way to ask for a budget, I suppose. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a CTF, come and play. And it's also one of those things where it's, deeply immersive. I like Dom's term of kinetic experience of learning, you get to watch it. Hopefully you get to see some of the mistakes, some of the things that are made during the time, and can maybe go back to time in your career where you've made those mistakes. I've certainly made some of the ones we're going to talk about in this particular event as well.
So many spinner accounts.
Yeah, so many. So anyways, does anybody have any questions or any thoughts about this they want to share? I'm waiting to see. We got a few people watching. So if anybody's in the audience, you have any questions, pop them in the chat. We'll be watching.
Matt, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The way that, you're kind of commandeering it and the way we're using this is kind of a bit different from what I understand of how they're historically run. Can you give some insight into how we use CTF for this event?
So different, but the same. And one of the things I mean by that is if you've ever done a normal CTF or a capture the flag, especially a Jeopardy style one where you're given categories, you click in those categories, you know what you're doing categorically, you solve it, you get points, and you get the dopamine hit that goes with it, and you compete against your friends to win prizes and glory. This has those same elements. There will be challenges in it that are traditional crypto, traditional ugly stuff we've done, really ugly stuff we've done. But also, to your point, Taylor, we've changed it because I wanted to get people paying attention in the event. When I've done CTFs in the past, you are disrewarded from being in the event watching things. You are rewarded to sit at a table with your nerdy friends, Jason, I'm looking at you, and try to solve challenges for 12 hours. The downside to that is capitalism be capitalism, yo. And so we want people to be able to be involved in the event and be able to gain things. Well, why not then intertwine the event with a bit of a murder mystery type style where we're giving clues, we're asking questions. There might even be some system messages from a compromised user or a whistleblower or other things to make the storyline even more fun. And those are allowing you to get points by actually participating, which makes it to where there's a healthy balance between sitting and clacking on keyboards trying to solve what this wave file might be, and what are we seeing in front of us that's happening in the real world with these tools with a real company called 4T Engineering that does real world impact things. And so, yeah, that's kind of it. That's the point there. So great question.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt,
we should point out that 4T Engineering is fictitious. We are not messing with anyone's actual. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah. For legal purposes, we are not literally poisoning water in wells, but we're going to simulate it.
My FBI agent sent me a text and he's like, yo, wait a minute.
You can't do that, bro. It's not okay. But yeah, we made a real company, 4T Engineering, and I'll give you the backstory on them, and then Rebecca, we'll get back to your question. The backstory is this is a company that actually makes SaaS and hardware as a service to make the poorer counties and the poorer cities be able to stop using Farmer Fred with a bucket and some dipsticks to have an actual modern monitoring methodology for their water systems in rural water district number 72. Right. And so it's about bringing that to the masses. It's for a mission. 4T Engineering cares. They just might not care about their servers. And we might have some real challenges there that come out of that. So, yeah, not a real company, though. Rebecca, go to your question. Sorry.
I was just going to see if you could kind of give us a couple tips and tricks of how to be successful in a CTF game.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't quit.
Yeah, Jason's
number one.
Be tenacious, I think is the point. But I think there's some better points there. If you've never spun up a virtual machine and run a Kali box or a Parrot OS box, there's a million videos out there of how to install and how to get to be ready for a CTF in that way. Why do you want Kali or Parrot? They are operating systems that have been built in with the majority of the tools you might need to use in some of the harder challenges that we're going to make for the most part. So that's one of the things. I'd have a virtual machine ready. Like I said, plenty of YouTube videos out there. Anything else you'd add to that, Jason? I mean, I think the rest of it's just searching and skills and capabilities and trying.
I mean, depending on which challenges, assuming we're going to use some of the ones that we have, depending on what subset of them we use, some of it's just think outside the box, right? Like I think the biggest thing that a lot of people do is they overthink things and they go down the road of taking the complicated answer. And in most of the cases on these things, the simple answer is the right one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Great question. Anything to add, Tom, to that? You've CTF'd a non-zero number of times in your life.
I mean, don't quit, but like nowadays in 2025, you could spend somewhere around $20 a month and make rapid progress with alternate tooling.
or rapid disprogress. It's so funny.
Or yes, that's
watching this CTF that I did the other day and watching it with Jason in Amsterdam, I was noticing a pattern where I could find where you knew an LLM was involved, where you knew it. And the reason was it was so close to what the answer could be if I made it up, but it was definitely not the answer in any way, which meant it did not decode it. It did not work through that properly. It was delicious. But anyways, yeah, the LLM is also your friend. I would say it definitely will help you figure out things. It's really good at contextualizing clues that are given typically as part of that you might miss as a human. I would say those are linguistically understood pretty well by the LLM. Or they'll send you reading Shakespeare for 5 hours when it was not Shakespearean related. Ask Matt Lee how he knows.
Yeah, they confidently lie.
Yeah.
Just remember that your LLM will confidently lie to you.
Yeah.
And then it will gaslight you to convince you that you're wrong about it being
with
wrong.
utmost authority.
Yeah. There are 3 B's in Blueberry. Just ask an LLM.
There technically are because BE is also B.
Oh, don't be that guy. Don't. What are you an LLM now? Check see if he's an LLM. Jeez. Anyways, anything else to ask about around this event? What questions should people want to know before coming in? I have one. I think you should definitely understand you're in a role-playing game, right? The intention of this is an RPG. You are playing as a character. We're trying to make it more and more immersive. We have things that you can find in Teams. There are remote desktop servers. There are Active Directory components. There are things that you can play around with. Or even if you want, we have laptops that we will give you as well that you can play around with on the Active Directory domain and all kinds of stuff. So this is bring curiosity. Yeah, for sure. Anything else? Anyone else to add?
So what should everybody's expectations be coming into the role playing, and kind of what's the mindset? What's kind of the thoughts behind that?
Yeah.
This is an event where because I've hosted a lot, and Matt, you've hosted a lot of boot camps for PAX 8, and there's always 2 rows in the room. They're just looking at tickets and checking email and running payroll. I saw some dude running payroll in a room full of 150 people. Please don't do that.
OPSEC.
Oh my God. But this is an event, if you want to succeed and get something out of it, you really need to pay attention. So plan it as if you're going to be out of the office or at your leadership retreat,
which is hard sometimes.
It is hard, but do your best and bring equipment that is going to help you do that. Right. I have a separate laptop that I used to build this stuff so that my PAX 8 teams is not bothering me the whole time I'm trying to get you through the boot camp. Right. So there's different methodologies, but be here, be present. And it is an RPG. So treat it like you're in a team meeting or a leadership meeting, because that's the intent.
Yeah, it's an immersive event, and you get out of it what you put into it, right?
Yep. And I should note that these are all volunteers. Jason Slagle is volunteering his time to be here, a part of this event. Jack Skinner is volunteering their time. Spence, Dog, Taylor, Rebecca, myself, and Dom are quite paid to be at this event, so I will disclose that also quite publicly. But I think we'd all be here even if we weren't. It's really such a fun event. I can't stress how much fun and how many great friends have been made through these events. And we try to make it better and better for you every time. But if you've ever wanted a playground where you can do dumb things, my favorite was one of the characters. Jack, this goes back to your question. One of the characters we hand out says that they'll click on anything as a user. Right. And I was on boot camp number 2, I think it was. We handed out this instruction. The guys sitting up on stage, we do have 5 laptops that are on stage that show up on the 3 screens. So you can actually participate and be on stage and sit there and do dumb things. But the guy that was on stage got a phishing email that we had injected at this time and sent from the CEO. And he clicks on it. I asked him, why did you click on it? My character said I should. And I always wanted to click on the ransomware one time. I was like, fair enough. Touche. But it didn't work because it was protected with FIDO as it was supposed to be. But it was delicious anyways. But yeah, I don't think we have to ramble on. Anything else to add from anybody else other than you should be there in Atlanta with us. It's going to be a blast. We are having a great time. We maybe could talk about some of the sponsors if we wanted to. I don't know, Taylor.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say.
Okay.
You want to shed some light on some of those sponsors we'll be highlighting.
Yeah. So the sponsors shape the story, right? Because we want to highlight their tools, how they work. So we always take a very long process to build this up initially, and it comes down to which sponsors. So we have SentinelOne. Right. So you can imagine where we're going to be going with a product from SentinelOne and the things that they provide. We have Guards, right, who provides, and I hate this term, identity threat detection and response. I hate ITDR. Anyways, I'll stop. But ITDR, just like everybody is coining it, this isn't just a guards thing. This is a Gartner thing. This is a Gartner thing. But the point is identity threat detection and response, which means we're going to be talking about cloud identities, crossover from maybe local identities, interesting things.
But that just means they look at the logs. I just want okay. I'm sorry.
Dom, you're not wrong.
Pull my string. They're watching your logs.
I understand.
It's a great service.
It is a great service. And I'm more of a mechanical guy myself. And I'm like, yeah, they're 8.9ing and doing some 13, right? So, you know what I mean? But we're not going to get into that.
IT disaster recovery was already an acronym.
I know.
We're using it.
This is not meant to be on a rant about this, but
you got to add an X in there. ITX.
I laughed that I was going to do ZDR because then there were no more letters, and then they added another letter.
Oh gosh. All right. So we have guards and SentinelOne. That covers the whole gamut of identity and malware that starts there. But now we get into some more of the nuanced aspects of, hey, maybe we need to do micro-segmentation and think about ZTNA type stuff. So we're going to get into zero networks, right, in that piece. WatchGuard's been amazing and donated a firewall and has done some other things to be part of this story as well. Who else am I missing, Taylor? I don't want to get in trouble.
Horizon 3.
Oh, yeah, Horizon 3. Oh, I'm super excited about
that's
that.
Exciting.
I am, Jason, for a lot of reasons. And what we're really going to be doing is what I think one of the most principal values of a Horizon 3 is I would run a platform like that before I do a paid pen test that I need to do for any other regulatory reason. This is going to identify a lot of things that I definitely should deal with, and it's going to bring them up in a way that are meaningful. So we get to showcase that tool by doing dumb stuff and actually then running that and showing where we're at. And maybe we can show what happens if you ignore those things that are said to you. I don't know.
And hoping it catches it.
Yeah, and hoping it catches it, right?
Or it's really embarrassing.
So I think that we will find some really cool stuff. I think, and we'll find some things where maybe we have other things we've completely missed. I don't know how many of you out there have CI/CD pipelines in your world or have any type of code you create in a pragmatic way that you track and store. But what happens if one of those goes wrong? We could look into some of those things. So there's, we're going to have some interesting things. We also are going to be showcasing, I think, Veeam Backup is one of those as well. Taylor, have I missed anybody at this point? I think that's everybody that's involved in that.
Nope, you got them all.
Very good. Very good. It's going to be fun. Veeam's also dealing with Veeam Cloud and Veeam Backup, so we can get into that. So if you realize what we've just said is we're going to be doing things to showcase all of those tools in good and bad ways. And Jason's right. We want to do things that are simulative of the bad guy and see how well the tools perform. And I think that's a fun thing to be at as an event. If you talk about the stress of doing it live in general, but then the stress of the law of live demos, and then the law of live demos over 2 days, you could come just to watch me fail if you want to. You could just put bets on the anti-bet, right? There could be so many things that go wrong. But this is the fourth time we've done it, or third time or fourth time is this? I don't know.
This will be the third.
This will be the third time that we've done it with the CTF for sure. The second. So super excited about this. Hope you'll join us there. Any questions from anybody else, or do we want to wrap this up by letting everybody say their closing piece?
Matt, you want to go back to, you mentioned everybody bringing hardware and kind of bringing stuff. You want to go back to what you're bringing and kind of what you teased at the beginning?
will. Yeah, actually, let's get into that. I'm going to go faceless for a moment. This is the kit that will be here with us on site. In exactly its configuration. So, perhaps you might see these IP addresses. They could be useful to you. There might be another one I just haven't stickied on yet. If
somebody's grandma is going to tell you that now you can be hacked because you have the IP address.
Yeah, for sure. You gave up your IP. You're in trouble now. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Start scanning that now.
Yeah. Go scan that right now from your house. Tell me what you get. I digress.
Probably your cable company's infrastructure. Let's be real.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is actually VLAN 15 and 16 that exist in our world. They are being run by the donated Firebox T145 wireless with wireless. There's going to be a Wi-Fi that if you crack it and do bad things, it'll mess up my show. So, come for that. The lulz. There'll also be a Wi-Fi that if you crack it, you just get a flag. I don't know. Might be some cool stuff related to what's better for plants. You never know. Yeah. But we are running Gatorade. We are running 2 hosts. And I'll just go ahead and I think this will share this properly. But this is running these Proxmox containers, right? Both of those 2 Proxmox hosts are running. I have a GitLab host. We have a Unify network controller. That's not related, but it's still up.
I like how Matt, the computers are in a box in the corner.
Hey man, that's the way I left it, dude. I didn't want to get fancy and press button 2 over here, bro. Like, leave me alone. It's fine. But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna leave the box computer corners. But I just want to illustrate how much work is going into this by this whole group, and what we're actually putting into the work for this for y'all. What's really neat, if you look over there, this is only pulling 35 watts. That's the WatchGuard.
Those little boxes are awesome.
Yeah.
That's those 2 hosts. Those are B-Link SE8s. The SE8s are, I believe, mine is an AMD based chipset, Ryzen 7s. But yeah, that's what's coming with us to the event. And it's going to be a absolute blast. I'm even doing my own production work here, y'all. I just want y'all know, man, that was me clicking around, all the things. I digress. But yeah, Jack, that's the hardware that's coming. I'm also bringing like 3 or 4 laptops. I think Taylor's bringing a couple laptops. I think Spence Dog's bringing a laptop.
Yep.
Tom's bringing a laptop. So Jason, okay, then I'm bringing you a laptop. I don't know where your hoodie is. Where's my hoodie? Great, that's awesome. Yeah, thanks, Jack. That's gonna make it through, I hope, my flight down to Tampa and back up. But anyways, yeah. So I'm very happy with all of this coming together.
Yes.
I don't have anything else to add. Jason, and we'll just go around for closing remarks and we'll get out of here and get out of y'all's way. Hey, Donnie Brass, you're right. We don't mess around, and super excited to work with y'all. I am very excited to showcase what you guys do and hopefully represent y'all very well. It's fun, and we do have to remember to thank the vendors, right? The vendors, this doesn't happen without the vendors. These type of learning experiences take a vendor betting on this working and helping be a good learning experience for you with all of the variables that could go wrong, right? When you're dealing with a live environment and a live network. So, yeah. Anyways, all right. Anybody anything to add or not? I'm gonna close it out.
I'm good.
Good. Jack, good. Taylor, good.
Register
Rebecca,
today.
Roger.
I just want to say thank you, Matt, for your vision on
Yeah.
this and all the hard work and everything that this team has put into this. This is awesome, and it's on my life mission to help educate the community and elevate.
Yep.
That's why I volunteer my time. Like you said, we're volunteers.
Oh, man,
but,
you know what? You just
but-
gave me an idea.
Yeah.
I might even have time to make challenge coins between now and then. I have not made me a new good challenge coin in a minute. That'll come out of Matt Lee's budget, not Pack State's budget. So, anyways, see you all later. Appreciate everybody for joining, and we'll see everybody at the show.
Yeah, we'll see you in Atlanta.